I was, we're always in touch as friends and, family and former colleagues. So I always knew there was a chance to come back and sort of was waiting for the right moment. So I was so glad to finally get to call, talk to Jeph, and figure out what we wanted to do. Because even all of the kids, all of us who came back, we all called each other and went, "Are you doing it? You better do it. You better do it. You better do it." Okay, we're all coming back together.
So what did it feel like coming back on set and actually being together?
I mean, it's weird. It honestly felt like no time had passed since I'd been there, because we forged such strong relationships, cast and crew, working on that set. For the most part, everybody sticks around because they want to stick around. It's such a great place to go to work. So going right back, you're like, hi. It was such a well-oiled machine coming back this time. I mean, the Teen Wolf set and all of the sound stages had expanded. So there was just everything existed on site. So it was kind of crazy to be back on what you could almost call campus, back in high school.
So there were some characters that you didn't really share scenes with when you were on the show. So who do you share scenes with this season now that you're back?
I can tell you. No, one of the things that was really fun is Colton and I know each other quite well, but Ethan and Jackson never met.
Yeah.
So getting to bring those different seasons of Teen Wolf together into one new storyline, that was a blast. We had so much fun on set. And then it's also really fun kind of being a part of the old guard, seeing, I again know Dylan Sprayberry and Kyle and all of those boys, but getting to play with them and sort of see what they've brought to the show since we've all left was also what made, I think, this last season special. It's sort of everything coming full circle and coming back.
What can you tease about these upcoming episodes?
What can I tease? I will say that when you go into a show knowing it's going to end, because that is not always the case. Even if you get a season pickup, production might change, location might change, and you might not see everybody and get to say your goodbye. Going into these 10, I think everybody planned to go bigger budget, bigger settings, bigger scenes, bigger storylines. It's just a much bigger season, and it's epic. It's going to be really, really fun. Yeah.
So what's the mindset kind of coming back into the show a little bit? I mean, for your character anyways, is he feeling rage, or is he feeling like nostalgic, or?
I think there's a sense of, I'm trying to think like what reference pops into my mind, but it's picking up the phone and going, okay, I'll be there. It's 3 years after since Ethan left Beacon Hills, and I think he's had a lot of time to digest his brother's death and become his own person. But what was so special about season 3 was that for us was that journey from villain to kind of good guy and finally being accepted into the pack. And because of the nature of the villains of season 6B, it's like everybody in the pack is called back to Beacon Hills. And so it's that sort of, the return, the old boys kind of vibe.
Well, see, your brother unfortunately died. So did it feel weird, like, not having him on set since you've done so many projects together?
Yeah, it did feel kind of weird. I mean, we've been lucky in that I think Teen Wolf is one of the reasons we've been able to work individually. So it was really fun for me to get to kind of go back and have my character apart from Aiden. But he was definitely missed on set, because so much of that brotherhood and siblinghood on set was with him. So it was just certainly weird to not have him around.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite episode?
Of what's coming up?
Yep, of what's coming up. You can just name a number.
I want to say 617 or 619. Yeah, that's when stuff starts to really get cooking.
All right.
Yeah.
So as the show's wrapping up, what was kind of the hardest goodbye to say to one of the other characters on the show?
I mean, it was just so, thankfully, I don't know whether it was intentional or not, but the last couple of days, everybody happened to be there. But it would just be that moment of you'd shoot part of a scene, and then it would be that's a show wrap on so-and-so, that's a show wrap on so-and-so. So how quickly those goodbyes actually happen. And you're going to see each other again, but to have that sort of official, like, this person's now completely done with Teen Wolf, scene by scene, for the whole last couple of days, is like, oh, God, This is heartbreaking. Heartbreaking.
So how does it feel now that you're back at Comic-Con? Because you came to the last panel, the very last panel of people. But you have been here a few times before on the show. So.
Yeah, I'm just so grateful they asked me to come. I mean, what an honor for the show and for the fans to be put in Hall H. Well deserved all the way around. So to get to be there and kind of celebrate 6 years, it's really been more than 6 years. 6 years of this thing. I wouldn't change that for the world. I'm so glad I got to. And Comic-Con's the best.
I know it is.
It's the popular arts, you know. We're celebrating the popular arts. But just to have it be like a giant celebration. I don't know how many people are here this year. 400,000. Nuts. Insane.
So what kind of character storylines do you think we should be looking forward to that you can kind of tease?
One of the things that we had just kind of begun to explore before I left was Ethan in any kind of dynamic can be like the snarky one, you know, a little bit of sarcasm, a little, not second fiddle, but very much there in support. And so to kind of take that, what we found, and bring it into these new set of circumstances, that was
Some new
fun.
characters?
Yeah, there's a lot of, I think, you know.
Is he testing them? Poking them all?
Yeah, well, I just think that there's a lot of that sort of old flavor of Teen Wolf, like, you know, the buddy, and the humor is back in this last part of the season, along with action sequences like you've never seen. So.
Like we've never seen, like total kick-ass.
Total kick-ass. Yeah, well, you saw part of the stuff with Tyler yesterday. Like, we were backstage. We haven't seen all the footage yet either. We were backstage watching that trailer. I'm like, oh my God, is this our show? Like, this looks so intense. This looks so good.
Are you going to be live tweeting?
Oh, yeah. I can't. It's next weekend.
Yeah.
Crap.
Yeah,
Wow.
remember the date.
Yeah.
It's on a Sunday, which is weird because it's usually on like a Monday or Tuesday. Yeah.
Sunday nights at home with Teen Wolf. Everybody's favorite family show.
Okay, well, thank you so much.